I can still feel the adrenaline surging through my veins as I sat at that polished mahogany table in the private room of Eclipse Bistro, the kind of upscale spot in downtown Chicago where deals are sealed and secrets are buried. Candles flickered softly, casting golden shadows on the crystal glasses and elaborate floral centerpieces that screamed old money. The air was thick with the scent of rosemary and aged wine, and the faint jazz melody from hidden speakers wrapped around us like a deceptive embrace. My family was there, dressed to the nines, Mom in her vintage pearl choker, Dad in his charcoal suit reserved for board meetings or funerals. Across from them sat Nathan's parents, Elizabeth in her tailored ivory blouse, and Charles with his perpetual boardroom scowl in a crisp navy blazer. My little sister, Lily, snapped selfies with her phone. Grinning like this was just another Hallmark moment. Nathan's sister and her husband murmured over their Pinot Noir, while aunts and uncles filled the gaps, turning the room into a cozy illusion of unity. 8 years. That's how long Nathan and I had been chained in this marriage. 8 years of me bending over backward, planning his networking events, ironing his shirts, biting my tongue when that nagging doubt whispered he wasn't worth it. Nathan rose abruptly, his chair grinding against the hardwood floor like nails on a chalkboard. The chatter died instantly. All eyes on him. He flashed that polished grin, the one that had hooked me back in college, and clinked his fork against his wine glass, the chime slicing through the tension I hadn't yet named. "I want to thank you all for being here tonight," he said, his voice steady as a courtroom lawyer's. "Having both families together like this, it means the world." Mom beamed at me across the table, her eyes misty with what she assumed was romance. Lily gave me a covert wink, probably imagining some sappy vow renewal. My cheeks flushed under the spotlight, but I forced a smile, playing the part. 8 years ago, Nathan continued, I married the woman right here beside me. 8 years of shared dreams, building a future, navigating life's ups and downs. There was an edge to his tone, a chill beneath the warmth that made my gut twist. I shoved it down, telling myself it was nerves. And in those 8 years, I've discovered a lot about myself, what I truly need, what drives me, where I'm headed. Elizabeth nodded approvingly, likely picturing her golden boy waxing poetic about eternal love. Dad sat rigid, his gaze sharp as a hawk's, reading something I couldn't yet see. "So, on this milestone night," Nathan declared, his smile widening into something predatory, eyes flat as a shark's, "I owe everyone the truth." He dipped into his suit pocket and withdrew a thick manila envelope, the crinkle of paper amplifying in the hush. My pulse thundered in my ears. This wasn't right. He unsealed it deliberately, savoring the drama, and extracted a sheaf of documents clipped together. With a flourish, he slid them across the pristine white linen toward my plate. "Emily, I want a divorce." The words landed like a grenade. Silence swallowed the room whole, no gasps, no movement, just the jazz tune mocking us from afar. I stared at the top page, petition for dissolution of marriage in stark bold print. Lily's phone clattered to the table. Mom's hand clamped over her mouth. Elizabeth blinked in confusion, as if her perfect son had glitched. Dad's fists balled under the table. Nathan folded his arms, watching me with smug anticipation. He wanted the breakdown, the tears, the pleas, the public shattering that would feed his ego, prove his dominance. My hands trembled, but not from grief. Rage boiled up, hot and unyielding. How dare he orchestrate this spectacle, this ambush in front of the people who mattered most, reducing me to a punchline in his twisted narrative? For a beat, I glared at those papers, letting the fury crystallize into resolve. Then, cool as winter steel, I reached for my handbag beside my chair. Inside, the folder I'd carried like a talisman for weeks, praying I'd never need it, but arming myself just in case. Nathan's grin flickered, uncertainty creeping in. He expected hysterics, not this quiet defiance. I set the folder on the table, flipped it open, and began distributing photographs like dealing cards in a high-stakes game. The first one skidded to a halt before Elizabeth. Nathan locked in a passionate kiss with a blonde outside a boutique hotel. Her face drained of color, eyes widening in betrayal. She bolted upright, her chair toppling with a thunderous bang, and slapped him hard. The crack reverberated, a punctuation mark on 8 years of lies. I met Nathan 9 years ago on a crisp autumn Tuesday in New York City, back when I still believed in fate's gentle nudges. Tuesdays were my good vibe days, or so I told myself. Now I know luck's just a myth. It's all about the choices that build you up or tear you down. Dad had dispatched me to a real estate expo in Manhattan to rep Hayes Builders, the empire he'd forged from a single toolbox into one of the Northeast's top construction firms. I was 24, MBA fresh in hand, itching to show him I wasn't just the heiress tagging along. The event was a snooze, suits droning about zoning laws and ROI. I hovered by the coffee station, fighting off yawns, when someone jostled me from behind. Scalding liquid splashed my wrist. "Damn. I'm so sorry," a voice apologized. I spun to face him, Nathan Brooks, tall and chiseled, hair impeccably tousled, in a bespoke gray suit that screamed Wall Street ambition. His green eyes twinkled with that easy charm, locking onto mine like I was the main event. "I'm such a klutz," he said, snatching napkins and dabbing my hand gently. "You okay? Need ice?" "I'm good," I muttered, blushing. It wasn't lava hot. "Nathan Brooks," he introduced, lingering on the handshake. "And you? Way too stunning for this corporate circus." I chuckled, retracting my hand. "Emily Hayes. Here on business." "Actually." His brows shot up. "Hayes as in Hayes Builders?" "Your dad's Robert Hayes. The one and only," I said, pride swelling. "Know him? Know of him? Everyone in development does. Guy's a legend. Started from scratch. No corners cut. Treats his crew like family. Rare breed in this cutthroat world." We chatted for hours. Him spinning tales of his brokerage gigs, his silver spoon upbringing, his visions of empire building. I opened up about shadowing Dad, proving my mettle beyond nepotism, my passion for sustainable design. By Expo's end, he snagged my number, called that night, and the next. Our first date? A rooftop steakhouse with skyline views. Flowers arrived at my office the next day, 24 lilies. Card reading, "To the most captivating woman I've met." Colleagues swooned. I felt invincible. Second date, yacht cruise at dusk. Third, weekend in the Hamptons. It was a fairy tale on fast forward. Dad met Nathan 2 months in at our family barbecue in the suburbs. Mom adored him instantly. He praised her potato salad, admired her herb garden, even helped with dishes. But Dad hung back, observing with that quiet intensity. Post-departure, he cornered me in the kitchen. "Watch yourself with that one." He murmured. "Why?" I snapped. Defensive. "He's driven. Charming. Treats me like gold." "That's the red flag," Dad replied. "Guys like that often chase more than just love." He grilled me on the business, contracts, holdings, expansions. Feels like he's scouting. I brushed it off as overprotectiveness, blind to the truth. Wish I'd heeded it. Nathan proposed after 11 months. At that same rooftop spot. On one knee amid applauding strangers. The ring? A blinding solitaire that screamed excess. I said yes in a heartbeat. Dad forced a smile at the engagement bash. Mom wept joyfully, diving into wedding plans. Nathan's folks met ours, Elizabeth with a pricey Bordeaux, gushing about gaining a daughter, Charles with a firm grip and a spiel on legacy. The wedding? A $75,000 affair in a Connecticut vineyard, mostly footed by my parents despite the Brooks wealth. I didn't sweat the cash, love blinded me. Biggest regret of my life. Year 1 felt solid, not flawless, but close enough to gaslight myself into normalcy. Couples bicker, right? Husbands snap under stress? We settled into a sleek condo in Brooklyn, my folks chipping in $15,000 for the down payment. Nathan's parents sent artisanal cookware we never unpacked. I nested happily, curating decor, mastering gourmet apps, hosting his investor soirees. But cracks emerged. Nathan nitpicked my looks subtly at first. That top's a bit snug. Don't you think, he'd say pre-event. I'd second guess. Change outfits. Soon. I sought his approval on every purchase. By year 2, the barb sharpened. You're softening up a tad, he remarked one evening as I undressed. I'd gained a harmless 5 pounds. Shame burned hot. Maybe hit the gym, my partner's wife swears by that boutique spot in Soho. I'll sign you up. I did. Grinding through sessions I loathed, chasing his elusive approval. But it escalated, still going. 'Cause I'm not seeing results. Year 3 brought late nights. 8 p.m. Stretched to 10. Then midnight. Client dinners. Babe building our empire. I'd reheat meals. Dine solo. Clinged his excuses. Loneliness crept in like fog. Elizabeth dropped by often, feigning concern but always echoing Nathan. Nathan mentioned you're logging extra hours at your dad's firm. A wife's role is supporting her man. Dear. I'd bristle but bite back. By year 4, I was a shadow, down 15 pounds. Wardrobe vetted. Friends ghosted as toxic influences. Less time at Hayes Builders because Nathan whined I prioritized dad over him. Why can't you be more like Sophia, he griped. Who's Sophia? My assistant, polished. Savvy. Nails every schmooze. Jealousy knotted my insides. But I doubled down, etiquette classes. Industry reads. Wardrobe overhauls. Still. He drifted further. Cruelty unchecked. Year 5, your dad still hasn't looped me into Hayes Ops, Nathan snarled post-dinner. 5 years married. And I'm sidelined. You're in brokerage. Not builds, I hedged. Missed the point, he barked. He doesn't value me, hoards his empire. Clarity hit. Nathan hadn't loved me. He loved the access I symbolized. Year 6 stripped the facade. Your old man's a greedy relic, he raged after a family brunch. Veins bulging. 6 years in. And zilch, no intros. No stakes. Exhaustion warred with dread. I fled to Dad's office for sanctuary. His worried queries met with my deflections. I'm fine. Nathan's absences reeked of cheap perfume, not mine. Year 7, I autopilot, work. Solo dinners. Empty bed. He bunked in the guest room, blaming my snoring. Sophia morphed from mention to obsession. Sophia gets the grind. Social media sleuthing revealed her stunning. 27. All gloss and glamour. Photos tagged with Nathan in the periphery. Confrontation? I chickened out. Self-doubt a cage. Nathan hyped our 8th anniversary, oddly proactive after forgetting the last 2. Big bash, families united at eclipse. I'll handle it, you just dazzle. Hope flickered, maybe redemption? But 6 weeks out. Fate intervened. Nathan dashed out. Phone abandoned on the counter. A buzz, text from Sophia. Counting down, 6 weeks till that dull wife's history. Love you. Stud. I scrolled. World crumbling, I love yous. Future plots. Nathan's venom, Emily's a drag. Married her for the Hayes cash. Worst, his scheme to serve papers at dinner for maximum humiliation. Pain morphed to Arctic fury. I screenshotted it all, insults. Thefts, he'd fenced my heirloom necklace. Wedding gifts for Sophia's luxuries. He returned. I played dumb. Next day, I hit up Dad's attorney. Michael Chin, discreet help, Nathan's dirt. Michael's jaw set. Criminal territory. Enter PI Laura Kim. Sloppy guy, trails galore. 2 weeks. Photos of trysts spanning years. Secret $40,000 card debt on Sophia's whims. Pawn receipts for stolen valuables. Bombshell. Nathan peddled Hayes' name in scams. Pocketing $250,000 from duped investors. Audio. Nathan mocking his folks, mom's a naive relic. Dad's obsolete, and gloating over my impending breakdown. What now? Laura asked. Dinner, I replied. With ammo. Anniversary night. I armored in a sleek black dress. The curves Nathan mocked now my power. Nathan barely glanced. Buzzing with glee. At Eclipse. Families buzzed obliviously. Post entrees. Nathan's toast veered dark. Envelope out. Papers slid. Emily. Divorce. Gasps. Instead of crumbling, I unleashed. Photos to Elizabeth, Nathan, and Sophia mid-affair. His side piece. 2 years running. More. Theft proofs. Sold grandma's necklace. Your watch. Mom's jewels for her. Scam stocks to Charles. $250,000 fraud using Hayes cred. Texts. Nathan's bile. Parents are fools. Waiting on inheritance. Emily's pathetic. Elizabeth wept. Rose. Slapped him, echoing crack. How dare you, she hissed. Dad thundered. Offered you gigs thrice, you snubbed em. Wanted handouts. Charles, police or restitution, your call. Nathan begged. But alliances shattered. Alone with Michael. He signed, no assets. Admit guilt. Repay all. Vanessa, Sophia, won't stick, I noted. She chased cash. Like you did mine. 3 months. Nathan liquidated. Broke. Ghosted by Sophia and kin. I healed. Therapy. Italy with mom. Rebuilt bonds. Launched a divorce coaching firm. Empowering the broken. A year on. Coffee shop meet cute, genuine guy. No flash. Gave my number. Scars wiser. Nathan aimed to crush me. He liberated me instead.